What's up guys, Pchild here, bringing you a guide for Challenge Rift 41. Today we're playing a Witch Doctor, so let's get in there and check it out. As soon as we get in here, let's go click on our soul mirror, see what we're working with. It looks like today we are using our Jade Harvester set. So the 2-piece bonus for Jade Harvester says when Haunt lands on an enemy already affected by Haunt, it instantly deals 560 seconds worth of Haunt damage. Your 4-piece bonus says Soul Harvest gains the effect of every rune and has its cooldown reduced by 1 second every time you cast Haunt or Locust Swarm. And then the 6th set says Soul Harvest reduces damage taken by 50% for 12 seconds. It consumes your damage over time effects on enemies, instantly dealing 1650 seconds worth of remaining damage. So basically, this is saying that we need to cast Soul Harvest on things a lot, and we need to haunt things a lot. In our helmet, we have Grin Reaper. Chance when attacking to summon horrific mimics that cast some of your equipped skills. On our belt, we have the Haunting Girdle. Haunt releases 1 extra spirit. Band of the Hollow Whispers. Ring occasionally haunts nearby enemies. A Unity. In our offhand, we have Henry's Prequisition. The first time an enemy deals damage to you, reduce that damage by 75% and charm the enemy for 3 seconds. So this gives us a lot of toughness. As long as you're killing things fast enough, they really won't even be able to attack you and hurt you. We have a Shard of Hate in our main hand. This really isn't that beneficial. It's more passive than anything. For our neck piece, we have Squirt's Necklace. Really doesn't do much of anything. For our cube, we have a Furnace. We have on Quetzalcoatl, Locust Swarm and Haunt now deal their damage in half the normal duration. And then a Ring of Royal Grandeur. That's why we're able to get the 6-piece Jade Harvester set. For our skills, we have Locust Swarm with Pestilence. It unleashes a plague of Locust Swarms on an enemy, dealing 1040 weapon damage as poison over 8 seconds. Locust Swarm has a 100% chance to jump to 2 additional nearby enemies. We have Wall of Death. Summon a circle of spirits for 6 seconds that deal 1200% weapon damage as cold, chills nearby enemies by 60%, reduces the damage dealt by 25% for 3 seconds. So the really big thing that this is going to do is this is going to give damage reduction on large packs of enemies. We have Summon Zombie Dogs. Summon 4 Zombie Dogs to fight with you. The zombie dogs heal you for 100% of their life on hit with every attack, so this is kind of like your heal. You want to make sure you keep your dogs alive. Haunt is pretty big for this build. Haunt 2 enemies with spirits, dealing 4000% weapon damage as cold over 12 seconds. If either enemy dies, the spirit will haunt another nearby enemy. So we definitely want to be casting Haunt. We have Soul Harvest with Languish. Feeds on the life force of enemies within 18 yards, gain 3% intellect for 30 seconds for each enemy affected, stacking up to 5 times. It also increases your armor by 10% per enemy affected and reduces their movement speed by 80%. This is really big for the build. Soul Harvest is probably the biggest thing that we have. And then you have Gargantuan. Summon Gargantuan zombie to fight for you. The Gargantuan cleaves multiple enemies for weapon damage as cold. Pretty passive. The zombie dogs, the Gargantuan, are passive. For our skills, we have Midnight Feast. The damage of your zombie dogs and Gargantuan is increased by 50%, and you have 1 extra zombie dog, just means extra heals. Grave Injustice, gain 1% of maximum life and mana and reduce the cooldown of all your skills by 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. So killing things is going to reduce the cooldown on your abilities. Creeping Death, your Haunt, Locust Swarm, and the damage amplification from piranhas lasts almost forever. And then Pierce the Veil, all of your damage is increased by 20%, but your mana costs are also increased by 30%. So the passives are all pretty much just that, they're passive. You don't have to worry about them too much. This build plays in a very easy manner once you understand how to use it. So as soon as you get in the Rift, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cast Zombie Dogs and you're going to want to cast Gargantuan. You want to have both of these things up at all times. Once you have your Zombie Dogs and your Gargantuan available, you are going to Haunt. Haunt is bound to 2 and Soul Harvest is bound to 3. For the most part, you can just use these 2 abilities and clear the entire Rift. If you have huge densities of trash, they're just going to melt. If you have an Elite, you can also cast Locust Swarm on that Elite for extra damage. Usually, you'll one-shot the Elite with Soul Harvest as long as it has the Haunt on it. And then you have the Wall of Death. So on big packs of trash or when you're taking heavy damage, you can right-click to cast Wall of Death. I personally bound Scroll Wheel down to 2 and Scroll Wheel up to 3. And you can pretty much run through the Rift just scrolling your scroll wheel down and up when you get packs of trash. If we check on our Scoundrel, we can see our Scoundrel has a Unity and he has the Follower Cannot Die. So the Unity that we have equipped is going to take effect. We're going to have 50% damage reduction. He also has on the S of Jones, so he will group enemies up for you every now and then. So that's cool. You can look out for that when it happens. I am not a Witch Doctor player. I have not played a Witch Doctor in years. Witch Doctor is not a class that I play very often, so I'm not very good at it. So we're going to go through this challenge rift and see how hard it is for people like myself who don't play a Witch Doctor. We're going to go in there, give it a shot, and see how it goes. I have put up a map of the rift so you guys can check the map out and see the elite locations. I put the first 4 levels. I believe you'll be able to finish the rift within 3 levels. If not, that 4th level's up there in case you need it. But I think we're going to get it done in 3. So let's get in there, check it out, see how it goes. So as soon as we enter the rift, casting my zombie dogs, casting my gargantuan, we got to beat 1540. So as soon as I see my first pack of elites, I'm going to haunt them a couple times. I'm going to blow them up with my soul harvest, and that's that simple. I'm really just using these 2 abilities. You can kill most of the trash just by double haunting it. If you cast haunt on something twice, it's going to deal that extra 560 seconds of bonus damage. And then as soon as you get close to things or your soul harvest is up again, you can just soul harvest and blow up the stacks of trash. I only cast locust swarm on big groups of trash like this. Keep yourself alive doing that. But you can see we're just in these big groups blowing stuff up. All we have to do is go northwest on this map and you get through it pretty fast. And again, all I'm doing right now is just running through the rift, and I'm literally just going number 2, number 2, number 2, number 3. You see what I'm saying? I just got to that elite. I hit number 2 to get it haunted, hit number 3, blew it up. Got this channeling pylon, so the same for this. There's a lot of density in that 3rd and 4th level. I don't know if we're gonna have to get to that 3rd and 4th level in order to beat this rift. I know the 2nd level does not have a lot of elites, and the density isn't that good for the most part. There's a couple tile sets that are pretty good, but for the most part it's not that good. So we're just running through here. Again, I'm just haunting as I run. Haunt, 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 haunt. I could probably skip this trash and it'd be faster for me, but I'm gonna keep just haunting, haunting. As soon as you get this shield, the next elite is actually in this door in this top corner. So we're gonna go up here, we're gonna cast haunt on these guys, we're gonna blow them up. Looks like these guys are shielders, so that kind of sucks. Try to get them grouped up. I missed the soul harvest on that guy, so that elite pack took longer than it should have, just because they weren't grouped up for me, and they had shield. The next elite is as soon as you get in this room, there's another one, so I'm gonna cast locust swarm on these guys too and blow them up. And it looks like one of the bats ran around, so we got him. Nice trash here, man. I want to go ahead and blow this trash up as soon as I can. You probably can hear my mouse going scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. You can literally just spam it. Good trash again. Go ahead and kill this trash. So we're a little bit ahead of timer still. We're doing all right. We have one more set of elites on this level, if I remember correctly. It should be right around this corner. There it is. So again, I haunted, locust swarmed, killed him, blew him up with soul harvest. And then I'm just gonna run through this trash some more. As I run through the trash, every time you're casting your haunt and your locust swarm, it's reducing the cooldown of your soul harvest. So if you're having trouble, you're like, how is he soul harvesting so much? I can't soul harvest that much. It's because I'm casting the haunt repeatedly, and as I cast the haunt repeatedly, it keeps the cooldown refreshed. And on this elite, like I said, on that elite, soul harvest and locust swarmed them just to make it easy on myself. Make sure I got him in one soul harvest. Got that speed pylon there. As soon as you get that speed pylon, just run through, look for these big packs of trash. The density is so little right here that we're kind of just skipping it. Once you get to like this edge here where you get all these trash mobs, I'm gonna come in here, gonna kill all these guys real fast, and we're gonna just keep moving. Same thing right here. Locust swarm these things just to give a little bit extra damage. Got him dead. The Rift Guardian, you don't need a lot of time to kill this Rift Guardian. You are able to two-shot the Rift Guardian. So as long as you get the Rift Guardian up, he should just die for you. So again, Locust Swarm, Haunt, running through the Rift. Here's another elite pack right here. Just blew them up instantly. Timer's looking juicy, guys. It's looking like we got plenty of time on this rift. So we're gonna kill some of this stuff. Hopefully that grotesque doesn't get me. I think we're at the end of the level. So there's floor 3. Floor 4, you should definitely get the Rift Guardian up. Should be all you need here. Got some spiders and some bugs. Again, just double cast Haunt on most of this trash and it will die to that alone. And if for some reason it gets close enough to you, you can soul harvest it, kill it. We got 50 seconds. We're at 96%. Should be an elite up here. This elite should get us the Rift Guardian. I'm gonna go ahead and Haunt, Locust Swarm, blow them up. We got the Rift Guardian with 45 seconds. Should be plenty of time. Gonna Haunt him a couple times, Locust Swarm him, soul harvest him, and he's dead just like that. The Rift Guardian just gets melted, guys. So we did it in 5 minutes. I think the target time is 5 minutes and 40 seconds. So we had 40 seconds to spare on really the first run through. I didn't memorize the map. I just kind of ran. I mean, the only thing that's really important, northwest on that first level gets you out. Other than that, it's pretty linear. And then scroll wheel up, scroll wheel down. If you bind scroll wheel to down to 2 and up to soul harvest, you can pretty much do the rift just spinning your scroll wheel. Makes it really easy, guys. That's a really good tip. If you're not big on using scroll wheel that way, then you can just 2-3, 2-3 and make it easy on yourself. And that's it for the Jade Harvest Witch Doctor. If you guys have any trouble, you're struggling at all, you're not sure what you're doing, leave a comment below. I'll answer you as soon as I can. Or you can come catch me live on Twitch. I stream 7 days a week, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Saturdays and Sundays at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Come ask me for help. I'll get a group together. We'll get you through the Challenge Rift. It'll be easy. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you next week for Challenge Rift 42. Peace.